Well, hello my students. So we're going to have two videos today while I recuperate. So today this video is going to be what happens when you put in inequality. Well, do you remember back when we did linear inequalities? Linear means line. The big difference with an inequality and an equals is two things. One, if there's no equals, then it means it's dashed, the graph. And an inequality means you're shaded on one side of the graph. Or there's shading in the graph would be a better way to say it. So first I'd have to say, hey, what is this graph of? Well, you have sum of squares. Numbers are the same, coefficients, denominators, so it'd be a circle. Remember with the circle, we find the So it'd be 2, -1 to get the center. The radius would be 3. So 2, -1, radius 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now this is not going to be perfect. That's okay. The radius is 3. We've done that. But there's no equals, so I know it's a dashed graph. Dashed. Now, do you remember what you do to find out where the shading is? Now with the circle, the shading is either going to be inside the circle or outside the circle. So what do? Pick a point not on the graph. I'm going to pick the center. Does it cause it to be true? So 2 minus 2, this would be -1 plus 1. I'm getting it from the center. Is that greater than 9? 0 plus 0 is 0. Is that greater than 9? Well, hopefully you say, well, no, it's not. So the shading is not inside the circle because that causes it to be false. If one point is false, every point inside is false. So it has to be outside. It kind of looks like a sun. Ooh. Okay, this one. I see an inequality. So first we'd say, what would the graph be? Well, let's see. We have squares. We have different denominators. We're adding. So it's ellipse. Now, what do you find when you're looking for an ellipse? The chloride. I hope you have that down. So the center would be -3, 0. We'd go left, right, 3, up, down, 2. So -3, 0 here. Left, right, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up, down, 2. Okay, good. Now, is it a solid ellipse? Is it included in my answer? Or is it a dashed ellipse, not included? Well, there's an equals, so it means include the ellipse. That's not too bad. But again, there has to be shading. So I'm going to pick the center. 0 plus 0 is 0. Is that less than or equal to 1? It is. So we shade inside. There we go. Wee. Okay. So I want you to get out a piece of paper and actually do this problem. So freeze the video, do it, and then watch me do it. Okay, I see an inequality. So it's a V-shaped graph. And a V-shaped graph, we're looking for the foci. Remember? The foci. So what's the vertex? 1, 0. It opens, this is positive, so it opens up. Slope is plus or minus 2. And notice with these problems, you have to remember stuff we did before. And the axis is x equals 1. Although we don't really need the axis for the V-shaped graph. 1, 0 is right here. It opens up. It's 2, so it's up 2, right 1, up 2, left 1. Now, is it a solid V-shaped graph or is it dashed? Well, it is dashed because there's no equals. Now we're going to pick a point to decide, is it shaded inside or is it shaded outside? So I'm going to pick the origin. Clearly not on it. So 0, is that greater than 2 times 0 minus 1 absolute value? 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Absolute value is 1. So is 0 greater than 2 times 1? Is 0 greater than 2? And hopefully you say no. This is false, so everything on this side is false, so it has to be inside. Here, let's pick a point to show it's true. Any point inside here should be true. So I'm going to pick 0, 10. Clearly inside the shading. Is 10 greater than 2 times 1? Yes. So that is true. So that was video 1. I hope you had some fun. Now watch video part 2.